My name's Nathan Sealock. I've been fighting for about 3 years now and fell in love with the sport, and I do it for my father, and he's inspired me to do something that I love, and I've been around him my whole life, and he's been a fighter, so I know where it comes from in my family.
Tyler Roberts from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I'm a wild child, man. Better look and recognize I'm here. I'm here to do it.
This guy's gonna come at me. This guy wants to fight. That's why I'm looking forward to it. I've been training jiu-jitsu and kickboxing, so I mean, I'm not all just ground now.
If he says he wants to stand bang, I'll stand bang, but looked at a couple videos, it looked like he comes in, touches gloves, goes right for the takedown. Either way, it don't matter to me, because if he takes me down, I'll let him get on top of me, because there's plenty of submissions from there. So it don't matter to me. If he wants to stand and bang, we'll do it. A little blood, sweat, and tears.
I've been working on my triangle escapes, and I've gotten a lot better at it. I fought Nick Porter, and he got me in triangle choke, and I just couldn't get out.
To win this fight, I'm just going to beat him up. He's a wrestler, state champion winner. That don't mean nothing to me. I got a lot of fights under my belt. He can take me down, he can punch me, it don't matter. I mean, I've taken plenty of beatings. It don't bother me at all.
Making his way to the cage in our second fight of the night is Nathan Sealock, self-proclaimed, not all ground guy, stand up now. Talked about being working on a stand up, so I wanted to talk a little bit about when that happens, when it's predominantly a wrestler. You start working on stand up. Those guys are dangerous because that's all they want to do when they get out there.
Right, and the only thing that I would think of is that there would be a little bit of a conflict in my mind if I'm completely used to being a wrestler and that's all I've been trained as, and I've been working on this stand-up. It's probably going to be a confidence thing for me. Do I feel like I'm good enough at standing up to come in and be able to dominate this fight in a way that I'm used to? Or do I want to go with something that, I've only been working on for a few months, or, I'm not quite as good? He's a state champion wrestler, so yeah. Why would you necessarily want to go away from that? But I can definitely understand wanting to be well-rounded as well, and, coming in and saying that, okay, I'm going to show these people that I'm not just a ground force. I can stand up and fight too.
Exactly, and what's great about those kind of fighters is they've got a plan B. They know exactly what they're doing in that plan B, but they're going to feel out A and see what happens with the stand-up. So I think tonight with his opponent, Tyler Roberts, we're going to see some banging early on. Making his way to the cage tonight on Cedar Rapids, Illinois, is Tyler Roberts. And talked about being a wild child. Anytime you've got somebody in their interview saying that they're a wild child, you better be ready for some fireworks in the fight.
Yeah, he seemed really confident, man. I like the guys that come into the ring and, they tell you that they're going to kick some butt and they want to come out there and put on a show for the crowd. So it's going to be interesting to see if, he can back up his words.
Exactly, and knowing that his guy is a ground guy, his opponent, you know that he's been working on the ground too. Both of them were talking about knowing what the other guy's going to do and working on that, but not getting away from the original plan. So I think even after that first fight, we're going to see some big things happen in this fight.
And I'm big on the things that the guys do before they get into the ring. So I noticed that he said that he had actually been studying some tape of his opponent too. So I always would think, I'm not a fighter, I haven't been in the ring, but if I was going into the ring, I would study every little tape that I could. I'd go back and find baby videos if I could, and I would look and see how he crawled, and just so I could get as much background information as I can get before I step into that ring, so I completely know my opponent.
Exactly, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he stands at even 6 feet tall and weighing in at 139 pounds. He trains with American Martial Arts. Joining us from Detroit, Illinois, Nathan the Monster Sealock. tall and weighing in at 141 pounds. He trains with Team Roberts and is sponsored by R&R Drywall, Prestige Masonry, Arctic Insulation, DeWalt Construction, Cage Aggression, and IMC Racing. Joining us from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Tyler, the Whole Time Road!
Jeremy Anderson, your referee for our second fight of the night versus Tyler Roberts versus Nathan Sealock. Roberts coming out in the red shorts. Sealock in the blue throwdown.
Real big takedown.
Right, and a quick guillotine attempt. Sealock's got, he's almost going for side control, pops his head out, gets half mount right there, and really looking to lay some of his weight down, and this is a good position to be in early.
Right. I know it was. It looked like a little of a tough situation that he got himself into at the very beginning of the fight, but he got himself out of that, and now things have settled down a little bit.
He's got Robert pinned up. He had Robert pinned up against the cage right there, and that's always good too. But you know, Roberts knowing what to do kind of kicks off and almost gets the top position himself now.
I'm always impressed when the guys use the cage for leverage too, because that's what it's there for.
Exactly, and Roberts does a really good job spinning out and lands that kick right there. And it almost seems like Roberts is breathing out of his mouth already, which was a sign of cardio. A little bit early to be doing that, but hopefully he can get his breath back and continue fighting. And I think knowing you're coming to Knoxville and fighting that, you'd want to have your cardio as high as possible, because like I said, if you've watched any of the tapes from Knoxville before, you know, there's never a breath to take.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
Looking for an armbar right there. He's very deep right now. He's gonna get the tap. Arm trapped, laying down, and the tap's got to be coming soon. Right there, he puts his head down. He just needs to lay back. Roberts looking for the triangle right there. Needs to pull the head down. Got the arm and just needs to pull that arm down, pull the head down. That's always the last move. Locks his foot up right there, and it's always the last piece of the puzzle is pulling the head down. Once that happens, it's a matter of seconds. There it is, right there.
Locking his arms around too.
Just a matter of seconds before you go out of tap. You can see his blood rushing to the head right there.
You want to pepper punches on top.
Peppers up the face a little bit. The foot's locked in a great position right now. Rolls over on top, and then that's even worse. What's worse than being caught on the bottom is being caught with somebody on top of you in that position.
Right, and then you can't really block anything either. So.
And that's going to be a wrap. When you're in that position, it's extremely hard to get out. Your arm's trapped. You have no way to block any punches coming down, and that's how you got the win.
Right, and it's interesting. I know that you're a fighter too, so you can tell when things like that are about to happen. There's only a few ways to get out of something like that. So. And
that one really, I mean, it's one of those where you're so caught, and that even if you move back to your stomach, you've still got the guy in the same position. There's just really nowhere to go. Sealock up, and Robert shows a sign of a good sign right there, and he gets the win. Robert gets the win tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Jeremy Anderson calls stop to this contest at 2 minutes 41 seconds into round 1, declaring your winner by verbal submission, Tyler the